Hello. Once again I come before you as a representative of the Illuminati. You may call me the Man. Well, I must apologize for my extended absence. It seems that, a while back I mentioned that I had a summit with reptilians, and in that summit I happened to catch something from the reptilians that mimicked a cold in human terms, and I assured you it was not a reptilian cold, because that sort of thing wreaks havoc on the human body. Well, it turns out it was, actually, and yeah, that was a tough period of time, but it's okay. The new lung's working fine, had it 3D printed. We in the Illuminati, sometimes we have medical technology tested out on us before we release it to the general public, as a way of making sure none of you guys get hurt too bad, and to make sure that we benefit from the latest and greatest minds of our time. And so, yeah, that's the bugs aren't all worked out yet, and but it's working okay. Still coughing up blood a little bit, but after about a year or so, they assure me that should stop. So anyway, I'm back on the job, and so here I am to tell you about this week's topic. And of course, no matter where you are in the world, I'm sure you've heard that the United States had a massive cold snap come through, and it gave most of the continental United States an idea of what it feels like to live in Canada. Many people have attributed this to a natural phenomenon, to global warming or climate change, but in fact it was none of those things. It was an attack on all humanity. It was the opening salvo, apparently, of a war. If you watch this channel for some time, you'll probably remember the video I did on the Virginia earthquake, and in that video I said that we had finally won a decisive victory against the rebel reptilians, the homegrown reptilians that live underneath the surface of the earth, of course evolved from the dinosaurs, the rebel faction of which, who wanted to go back to the bad old days where they used to crawl up from the sewers and eat our young. Anyway, yeah, we won this gigantic battle down there, and that caused the earthquake both in Nevada and Virginia, and so we thought we had gotten them all, but apparently we haven't. What you saw in that polar vortex, and by the way, Hugh came up with that, polar vortex. We thought that was a pretty cool name, and the media could remember that and be distracted from what actually happened. Anyway, what you saw in that polar vortex were in fact cold bombs set off in the atmosphere, bringing Arctic air down into the continental United States. I think that the end result was supposed to be that most of the population of the North American continent would have to move down toward the equator, and it would cut off food supplies and all that kind of. Anyway, it was kind of the same thing they started back in the Dust Bowl in the 1920s. I really need to do that historic thing where I tell you all the stuff that we did. Anyway, yeah, it's not homegrown technology. It comes from our friends from out of town, and we're looking into how they got that technology. We're also looking into where they went. However, we did manage to stop this attack. I just want you to know that we in the Illuminati, we are on the job here. We're dealing with these remnant rebel reptilians, and we will not stop. 2014 will be a year focused on finding and stopping them from their war on the surface. And so, yeah, that's what we do. We in the Illuminati, we look out for you. We're hoping to enlighten all of humanity, so we all go into a new age of peace and understanding, and perhaps even stellar exploration. I think that we can get there. I really do. I think as a species we can go out into the stars and take our place among our brethren out there. And so we're happy to do this kind of thing. We are probably the only ones equipped to handle such a threat. And of course, we're also happy to stand in there in the medical technology and experiment on ourselves, so that you guys don't have to worry about that. And then we release all that great scientific knowledge to you. Many people will benefit once they work out the bugs. I'm telling you, it was really touch and go there for a while. It's not there, and to that end, of course, we don't ask for anything other than a couple of things from all of you. One is that if you watch the video and you have a comment or a question, you just leave it down in the comment section below. And the only other thing that we ask is that when you walk outside your house or your apartment and you look up there in the sky and you see those chemtrails blazing up there, why, All we ask is that you just, well, relax and breathe deeply.